Hello, I am Blaze and welcome to Slime Rancher. This game is developed and self-published by Monomi Park and went into its proper 1.0 release a little while ago after being one of the better examples of Steam Early Access, and is characterized primarily by being adorable. No, really, just look at all these squishy little things that inhabit the game, my god. You're largely left to your own devices, aside from the brief tutorial when you first start your save file, which fits into the game's heavy focus on exploration and figuring out the world you're presented with. Currently, you don't have any other direct human contact, though you do get backstory and one-sided correspondence with other people through emails that you can read at your house on the ranch proper. Most of your time will be spent going out, traversing the world, and bringing back the titular and cutesy slimes to your ranch to earn money. You do this by collecting what the game calls plorts when the slimes are fed, which are some kind of strange crystalline excrement that apparently has various uses back on Earth. A lot are food related, some used as fuel, advanced materials, or whatever else. You shove them into the plort market module and you get money, which you can then spend on ranch facilities, upgrades, or various character upgrades. The most important of these is probably the jetpack, given the game's exploration elements. There are also plenty of avenues for experimentation, as you can feed any type of slime the plort of any other type of slime to make it a largo. Largos can't be sucked up into your inventory anymore, but they are essentially two slimes in one, with both of the individual slimes' dietary requirements, favorite foods, various physical characteristics, and produce both types of plorts at once. On the flip side, they can't be moved around easily and can provide a major liability if you don't contain them properly. Any largo that eats a third type of plort becomes a tar, which is the closest thing this game has to an antagonist. You also occasionally run across groups of feral slimes, which are also not too happy with you being around, but if you give them some food, feral slimes will calm down and go back to their normal cheery selves. The game isn't exactly a difficult one, though it does provide some challenges through the terrain itself, and at night all areas also start to spawn phosphor slimes, which provides a pretty organic way to introduce some added hazards. An extra type of slime running around means that it's more likely you'll get slimes turning into tar. Honestly, those bouncy goo balls don't have much of a sense for self-control or self-preservation, really. You do have plenty of options to deal with them, though. You can throw them in the ocean, where they'll dissolve, shoot them with water from your inventory when you get that upgrade, or build water turrets to take care of them automatically, which neatly ties into the slime science portion. One of the ranch segments you can open up lets you make new modules, tech upgrades, decoration bits for the world, and act as a general crafting system. It isn't as open-ended as something like Animal Crossing exactly, but you can nonetheless change how the world around you looks quite a bit as a result. You can even find and craft fashion modules to dress up your slimes themselves. Yes, really. It's also about as cute as it sounds. Of course, the world is not exactly bare to begin with either. Updates to the game as a whole can be quite slow, but new areas are all very expansive, with plenty of different nooks and collectibles to find. One thing I really like is that the game features very few invisible walls. If you can find a way to get up onto the cliffs, then you can basically go wherever you want, which is very liberating and lets you get a look at exactly how much world there is for you to play in. Complementing the world's scope is also a very bright and colourful aesthetic, as well as some extremely pleasing musical tracks to go along with the areas they accompany, where they give an additional sense of going about your day, or exploring the unknown, or looking around something ancient and strange. Much like the slimes themselves, really. The first slimes you see are your bog-standard pink slimes, but you quickly start seeing others. Some slimes can be pretty dangerous on their own if you're not careful. Rock slimes tend to roll around. This game loves its puns as well, by the way. This can get more dramatic as you progress further into the game, and you start seeing slimes that continuously explode, have a radioactive aura, or have other traits that can make them quite a handful. But the one thing that they mostly all have in common is that they're all really cute. Seriously, I think this game's initial concept was just entirely based around making cute things. There's even an achievement you can get called Boop, where a cat slime jumps on your head. And slimes that get blushy when there are a lot of them around because they're shy. Yes, really. Even the game's patch notes show off quite a bit of personality from the dev team all by itself. If this game looks fun to you, I can't imagine why it wouldn't, it's a nice little time waster, you can pick it up on Steam for a normal price of £15 or your regional equivalent. It is continuing to receive updates and is generally regarded quite well, along with being an example of Steam Early Access facilitating something good, and the Unity game engine being used by competent developers, so I'd say it's worth checking out, especially if it happens to be on sale.